Hello everyone, today on this lecture we discuss about the research process. We already know what is research and what are the good characteristics of a good research. So here in the stall lecture we discuss what are the steps, or you say what are the research process. So research process is a sequential steps through which the researcher will be reached to a conclusion. Otherwise you say the researcher must have to follow these sequential steps. So this is the sequential step that to be followed by the researcher to analyze, to collect, analyze and interpret in order to derive a meaningful insight and a conclusion. So this is called a research process. So in this research process we will discuss near about the 16 steps are there, and this each steps is comprised into a phase. So near about 5 phases are there and 16 steps are there. So first one we will discuss the first phase, that is the conceptual phase. Second phase, that is called the design and the planning phase. Third phase, that is the empirical phase. Fourth one, that is the analytical phase. Fifth one is the dissemination of the research result. So let's discuss, start from the conceptual phase. So the conceptual phase, in this phase there are the 5 steps are there. So what are the 5 steps? First one is the identify and formulation of the research problem. So this is the very challenging part for the researcher, because all the research problem that to be taken from the current issue, or that will be this current situation will be take the research problem, and this research problem should be should have the intensity and the feasibility, and also the it is the significance for our profession. So that topic should be selected for the research problem. Second one, formulate the study objectives. Problem is selected. Now we need some directions. So this one is providing you directions. So the formulate the study objective, it means it provide you a direction, it give you a way. So in here the 2 point is that is called aim and objectives. Aim is the aim is the broader goal or the overall significance of the problem, and the objectives is the which steps by which we reach to the aim. So this is called the aim and objectives. This give a direction to reach to the aim of this research problem. Third one, review of literature or ROL, review of literature. It is helpful in 3 pages, that is in the selecting the research problem, in planning phase, or in the discussion phase, because the review of literature is the content topic already exists in the theory form or in the textual form. So when we plan for a research problem, so we have to read about this review of the literature that already exists. By this way we will avoid the duplication of the research. So that will be helpful in the planning phase, in the selecting the research problem, in the planning phase, and also in the discussion phase. Next, the 4th step, that is the develop conceptual framework. So now the concept is clear, but this concept needs some structure, and this structure is called the verbal or the written representation. So this, by how this will be, the concept will be carried out. So this is called the develop conceptual framework, or you say you are giving a structure to a imagination, or you are to the concept, we give a structure of this help of the problem. 5th one, that is a formulate hypothesis. Hypothesis means that is the tentative statement or the predict. We predict something, and here we will compare with the variables, 2 or more variable, then tested this variable, tested the findings, and after that we reach to the hypothesis or the prediction. So this is come under this 5 come in the conceptual phase. Next, go for the planning. So where in this page, what, design and planning phase. Okay, and there is first point, that is a select research process, research approach, and the design. So the approach means that is the strategy, by which strategy we will work. Now concept is clear, now put into action, or the well plan. So here which approach to be carried out, that is called a research approach. And design is that is a blueprint, how we will be carried out. So this is called the blueprint. Research approach, that is the strategy, and design is the blueprint. Next, the 7th step, that is the specify population and the sampling methods. Here what happened in the research, whereas we are taking some individuals, or it's a complete set of individual, or sometimes objects will be taken for the research. So the individual, or you say the objects, must possesses the characteristics of the interest of the researcher. What the researcher want, that must be possessed in the individual or in the object. So that is called the specify the population and the sampling method. 8. That select the tool for the data collection. Now the time come for the collection of data, and that will be, the tool is the instrument. Here the instrument is the questionnaire or the interview methods or the schedule checklist. So that will be tech, that will be used as the instrument for the collection of data. Next one, obtain the ethical approach. So this is the 9th step, obtain ethical approach, because most of our researchers based on the human or the human problem. So in this way we will keep in mind that the rights will not be hampered. So the researchers should be keep in mind the ethical approach should be reached, or we say the rights of the person will be maintained. So sometimes the institute have an ethical committees are there, they get approval for the researchers for the go for research. Next, the 10th point, that is the conduct pilot study. Pilot study is the small version of the study, because we will be do the pilot study. That will be, if the pilot study is feasible or smoothly, it will be carried smoothly, then the researcher plan for the main study. So this is called the conduct of pilot study, or the small version, or you say the trial run. Okay, next come to the phase that is called empirical phase. So in empirical phase, the 11th step, that is the sample, select the sample. Now the entire population will not be going to, the researcher is not possible to collect from the entire population. So he will it is not feasible and cost effective also. So we will take some representative or the subset of the population, that is called the sample. Okay, we're not good for the entire population, we are collecting the data. So we will take some the sample, or you say the subset of the population, that is called the sample or subset. Next, 12 point, collect the data. So in here the data will be the small piece, any pieces of information that will be collected, and this would be the researcher will be determined what data would be collected, when it will be collected, how it will be collected. That will be already pre-planned by the researcher. Next, 13th step, that is the data analysis. After the data is collected, then they are put in the sheet of what for the statistical calculation. So this is called the data analysis. All the data will be put on the put on the statistical order, and we go for the interpret analysis. Next, the 4th phase, that is the analytic. Here data already collected, now you analysis the data, that is the 4th phase. So first 14th point, that is the analysis of data by the statistical order, because already we put, now we have got the master sheets, coded master sheets. Already we have the coded, all the data will be put 1 2 3, we will already put on the sheet. So we have already the coded master sheets is there. Now we go for what? Statistics. Here we put the inferential or the descriptive statistical methods, and some of the websites are there that will be easy for calculation, like Sparse, Stata, and the R software. These are helpful for the calculation or the analysis of the data. Next, the 15th point, that is the interpret the result. When the result is collected, after statistical calculation you get the result, then compare this result. Is it will be achieve the objective, or it will be reach to the hypothesis, because that is on our first concept, that we have made the strategy and then objectives and also hypothesis, that is the prediction. And now times come to what the result will get from the statistical calculation. That result will be compared, that we will check we will really reach to the objective or the hypothesis. Okay, or any limitations in our research or any recommendation for the further research, that will be compared. Okay, this is come under analytic. And the last one, that is called a dissemination of the research result. This is the 5th page. Here what happens, once the comparative study is done, then we will reveal the result to all, to others. So by the by general or even the verbal communications, or by some thesis publications, in this way we will reveal the research result to all over. So this is called a dissemination of the research result. So whole this research process start from the conceptual phase to end with the dissemination of the research result. There are about 16 steps are there, and once you understand all the steps one by one, then it is not difficult to remember all these points. Okay, so first we have to completely the concepts must be clear about what are the steps and why this steps is mean for. If you understand this key point, you will know that what is the actually the what is the point, what is the step justifying. So after that all the 16 steps will be remember or you will be in your mind. So I hope you understand the research process. Thank you for watching. Please keep on subscribing.